This video covers an intelligence hub capability called central configuration. We'll refer to a deployment of the intelligence hub as a hub. And here you can see hubs have been deployed for 3 lines and also for test and development. There's many reasons why a company may deploy many hubs, maybe because of network segregation, for performance reasons, for maintainability, and then, of course, for separate test and development environments. If it's necessary to provide many hubs for many different scenarios, then it's necessary for a capability called central configuration. And what central configuration does is allow configuration to be managed centrally and deployed to the different hubs. And then once deployed, the solutions can be maintained and compared. So let's take a look at how that works. I'll start with the configuration. So in my case, I have a host central configuration, and then I have multiple hubs. There's a connected hub for the factory located in the city called Maybury, and that's currently connected, and there's a disconnected hub. In order to start to configure this, the first thing that I had to do is in the runtime root directory for the Maybury solution, there's an app data directory, and there's a remote config JSON file in that directory, and I configure where the central configuration hub is located and also a token and a client ID. And once I've done that, then in my central configuration hub, I can set up a network. In this case, I called it Acme for the company that has factories in Springfield and Maybury, and the token that's used by both of the hubs, and they have a unique client ID and also a name. And you can see right now, one is connected, one's disconnected, and the version for the one that's connected. So right now I'm in my central hub or my host hub, the central configuration hub. That might be deployed in the cloud. It might be deployed in this data center. It could be deployed at the site. It could be deployed wherever you'd like it to. And typically it connects to data sources maybe for the purpose of configuration, but it's not a primary runtime hub. Instead, it's a repository for many configurations. And you can see I have many connections here, models. But what I'm going to do is focus on just one subset of the project. And as you may already be aware, it's possible to import and export projects and subsets of projects. But what I'm going to do instead is sync. I'm going to sync from my host to the Maybury hub, and I'm going to sync based on a tag. And if you're not familiar with tags, it's a way of segmenting configuration objects within a project. And here you can see I have many tags, and I have a tag for my basic demo, and I'm going to use that tag. And what I'm going to do is export all of the configuration for that basic demo. So it's connections, instances, models, and I'm going to sync that with Maybury, not the full project. And I'm also going to disable. So if any of these have pipelines that are running, I'm going to disable them because I don't want them to be running when they get deployed into the Maybury hub. So after that, I can sync, and those 23 configuration objects have been sent now to the Maybury hub. That's done through a secure WebSocket. But what's cool is I can also navigate from this same UI. I can navigate, I can change hubs, and now I'm actually looking. I'm now logged in, and I'm logged in based on the credentials that have been configured. I'm looking at that hub. So you can see here I have less, right? I have less configuration. So it's obviously different. I can also tell this is a Maybury hub. And here's some of that content for that demo basic tag, the basic demo. And I have a model here that has been synchronized, and also my connections have been synchronized. So everything's ready to go. I could run one of these pipelines. I might have to edit some configuration information, depending on how I've created the solution at the central hub. And then also, based on how user roles and claims have been defined, I may have the opportunity to edit here. Now, that can be restricted, of course, but I'm logged in with my administrator. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete I deleted from the model. So now I've changed the model that was previously synchronized from central configuration. So if I go back to the host hub or the central configuration hub, it's going to log in again, and now I'm looking back at that original host hub with the significant amount of configuration. And now I'm still playing the role of administrator, but maybe it's later in time. And what I want to do is I want to compare. So I can sync, which I've done before, but I can also compare, and I want to compare the source, which is the host, and the Mayberry hub. And again, I'm going to select that tagged project subset. So it's my demo basic, and I can see those here, and I'm going to press on compare, and you can see there's some differences. So what's happened is I've deleted from the model, and I can see the changes that have occurred. And if you look at I have my attributes, right? So for my model, I can just scroll down here and I can see that the last service is no longer there. Notes is no longer there, right? And then those have also been removed from the instances, right? Because they inherit from the model. And those are the two differences, right, that have been highlighted. So that's a quick overview and a summary of central configuration. It's a means to standardize, to create common configuration, push deploy those configurations to hubs that might be at different sites or for different lines or just for different security reasons. Thank you very much.